Note down this number 999-612-30523. No, don't try to call. This isn't a phone number, but this is the cash and cash equivalent balance in this entity's financial statements. But before we do that, I want you to guess the entity. I know it's hard, I'll give you 3 hints. Let's go. First one. This entity, in spite of so much of cash balance, it has zero profit. Hint 2, it doesn't give dividend, it doesn't have capital. That might have brought you really close. The last and final hint is this entity's logo is saffron in color. If you're wondering what is this entity, which company is this? This is Indian ruling party BJP, and we're going to discuss this entity's financial statements.
To be very clear, it is 9,996 crores 1,30,523 rupees of cash. But what if I tell you, this entity, in spite of having such huge cash in their balance sheet, they don't have any profit because they don't prepare profit and loss account. What do they prepare? They prepare income and expenditure account. See, they don't prepare P&L account, they prepare income and expenditure account because it is not a company created for the sake of profit. It is a political party which is not for profit organization. The objective of the organization is not to make profit. Yeah, so they don't have profit. They don't have in like sale of goods or sale of services. What is there in this is fees, subscription. People who subscribe pay, voluntary contribution made from people, and all these voluntary contributions, when it is deposited in the bank has given them interest. See the amount of interest they've got: 634 crores 9 lakh 67,671. 67. What I want you to focus here is this is not another balance sheet of a company. This is balance sheet of not for profit organization. The way we prepare counting for NPOs or not for profit organization is very different from how we prepare accounting for a company, for a partnership, or for a sole proprietor. I want you to not see it theoretically in your syllabus and then say CA foundation syllabus is so damn outdated. Where will I be doing? Which entity is there NPO? Do you want a bigger entity than this? No company in the country can have such huge interest income. No company in the country can have, what do you say, such big bank balance. So that is the level of operations. And you're like, sir, what will I do out of this? See who's signing this. PK Thapar and company. Who's he? A chartered accountant. So political parties in our countries are not less. Temples in our countries are not less. Schools in our country, colleges in our country are not less. In fact, we'll keep this for another day's discussion. IPL and BCCI is not for profit organization. BCCI's objective or IPL's objective is not to make profit. It is to promote cricket and culture of cricket among the talents and bring them to a bigger stage and then give them the place, like what we did with Vaibhav Suryavanshi. So every rupee that you pay for the IPL ticket will not be considered as profit and tax cannot be charged on the same. Understood? Let's see. So the important points that you need to notice in counting that you do for a sole proprietor or a company, you make profit or loss. Here you call it surplus or deficit. Surplus is excess of income over expense. Excess of income over deficit is excess of expense over income. In college also, when they collect fees, it is not to make profit. It is to cover the administration fees, rent, electricity, teachers fee, all of that. If in case they collect by mistake extra, that's not with an intention of profit. By mistake, they've collected extra. That is called surplus. And that surplus will be used back for the benefit of the students later by building one more building. Deficit means they've incurred more expense than the money that they've collected. You understood the difference between surplus, deficit, and profit and loss? Profit and loss, normal entity. Surplus, deficit in a not-for-profit organization. In the balance sheet, we usually write capital. In sole proprietor accounting, you'd have learned profit will be taken from statement of profit or loss or P&L account and it will be added to capital. What we do in NPO is the surplus or deficit will be added to general fund. General fund is something that will come in the place of capital. We usually write capital in the balance sheet liability side. For this entity, when you see balance sheet, In the balance sheet, you don't have capital. What do you have? General fund. How different is general fund from capital? Very simple. You start one sole proprietorship, you introduce capital. You can bring additional capital. You can make drawings. But let's say I contribute 10,000 rupees to BJP. Can I withdraw after one? No, I'm not happy with your policy. Give me my 10,000. I cannot withdraw. I can only contribute. General fund in a NPO. People can contribute to the fund in the NPO. People cannot take it back. I will say I'll give 10,000 rupees for construction of a temple. After the temple is constructed, people go, people get puja done, people offer money. People will receive money. I'll say, I am the owner. Give me the share in the profit. Give me dividend. Give me results. Can I ask? No. To an NPO, you can only contribute. You cannot take the money back. That's the difference between capital fund and general fund. And look, the balance sheet looks much more simpler than how it is usually looking. Yeah, I'll share this entire balance sheet to people. You can also get the copy of this balance sheet if you really want. If you apply under RTA, 11 rupees is what it will take. And this is not a very old one, 31st of March 2025, the recent updated one. So I'll share the copy of this if you would want in the Telegram group. You can see it. They have complete depreciation schedule and everything also. See, land, how much land do they have? How much is additionally added? On land, though, there is no depreciation. Land cannot be depreciated. See, building value. How much did they have at the beginning of the year? How much buildings did they buy during the year? How much buildings was during construction during the year? At the end of the year, how many buildings, what value of the buildings are sold? And then on that, how much is the accumulated depreciation at the beginning? Accumulated depreciation charged during the year. Depreciation on the assets sold, it will be deducted. What is the total accumulated depreciation on the asset? From the gross block, you will deduct the total accumulated depreciation, you will get the total net block of the asset at the end of the year. Each asset is given separately. Furniture and fixture, computer and peripheral, office equipment, then vehicle, total tangible assets. There are some intangible assets also. They might have got some software. Intangible assets will be amortized. Grand total of all the assets together. And capital WIP also. This is a schedule. The total of this will get posted to their balance sheet. And depreciation for the current year will get posted to their depreciation. You understood? And we are looking at that big capital, no? 9,996 crores, 30,523. How is it kept? In the cash, in the hand, how much cash do they have? In the bank balance, how much do they have? How much is there in fixed deposit which can be withdrawn in a period less than 12 months? When the election is expected in less than 12 months, they would want to use that money. So they've kept in a bank balance in a fixed deposit which can be withdrawn within less than 12 months. If in case it is kept for a future contingency, this will be maturing after a period of 12 months. So that's like bank balance, which is kept in the form of a fixed deposit for a period more than 12. You understand these numbers? So a lot of other things are also available. TDS, TCS, fee subscription received, signed by the treasurer, signed by the chartered accountant, and notes to accounts are there for each of it in detail. Yeah, you can have a look at this. If in case you would want this file, the link to this what is say Telegram discussion channel where this PDF is shared will be in the comments. You can take that, and that's it, friend. I hope you people will find this informative. So next time when you read any topic in accounts, don't say that this topic of accounting is boring. Don't tell that accounts is outdated. IC has put in a lot of effort to keep your syllabus up to mark, and I believe every topic that you're reading in your CA syllabus right now is up to date. This is nothing related to politics. This is nothing about BJP except the fact that we are seeing the entire financial statements of Bharatiya Janata Party BJP from the perspective of a CA student with an intention to learn from the same as to how to account for not for profit organizations financial statements. You want another one? Till then, stay in the game.